iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome in here, race fans, to the Phoeniex International Raceway for round number 8 for the Salt Flat IROC Series. I'm your host up here in the virtual Turn 3 Racing Network booth. My name is Roger Muth, and we'll be here at the Phoeniex International Raceway for 80 heart-pounding laps. The IROC Series was a mainstay through the 80s, the 70s, the 90s, and the early 2000s of stock car racers, sprint car racers, dirt racers, open wheel racers, and even drag racers from all over every form of motorsports around the globe. Well, the IROC Series is renewed here for season number 5 here with Salt Flat Racing as we throw back to the historic series. We can always relive those glory days of the IROC Championship Series as we race on the iRacing.com platform. 18 drivers from all walks of motorsports, virtual, real world, and even your backyard games are here tonight to battle to see if they can win round number 8. The season has been a blast so far here with the Salt Flat IROC Series, and that, well, season that we have right here that we're in right now, this is round 8 out of the 12-round season, so we are coming down to the nitty-gritty of it. Your points championship is between 2 drivers right now. They're within 25 points of each other, and that is Ryan Johnson and Randy Johnson. Just separated by 25 points. 55 points back is Cole Day with Cody Levitt sitting 63 points back, and rounding out the top 5, one of those rookies, well, that is DJ Mitzel. We'll see if Ryan Johnson can hold that points lead after this round at Phoeniex, because, well, it's not the new Phoeniex, it's the old Phoeniex that we loved from back in the 2000s with the grass down the back straightaway. So we'll see who can handle that here tonight. Let's take a look, though, at our starting lineup here tonight, brought to us by the guys over at Pay to Win Setups. This is your starting lineup for round number 8. Starting on the pole position here tonight, Drew the lucky number 1. This is Jamie Leach driving the 88 machine. Starting to his outside, driving the 26. Out of Florida, this is Daryl Clotter. Driver out of Kutztown, Pennsylvania, driving the number 40. This is Josiah Millen. Starting in the 4th position, out of Georgia, driving the Simbox Motorsports 77. This is Doug Neal. Starting in the 5th position, driving the number 3 out of the Taz Motorsports stable. This is Ryan Johnson. Quincy Atkins. He'll start his number 75 here tonight, 6th. 7th will go to Randy Johnson, the big unit. 8th will go to Cody Levitt. 9th will go to the Super Speedway racer, the 61 of DJ Mitzel. Starting back into the 10th position to be the driver out of Plano, Texas, it's the number 5 of Jordan Smith. Starting 11th here tonight, hailing out of Kutztown, Pennsylvania, driving the number 31, this is Donald Bennett. Next to him, the driver out of Virginia, driving the 33 of Graco Berry. Rolling off 13th out of Utah, driving the 04 tonight. This is Danny Valenzuela. Starting 14th, driving car number 15 tonight, it is Peyton Johnson. Starting 15th, it's the number 19 of Russ Hancock. Starting 16th on the grid here tonight, driving the number 21 out of Utah. This is Jeff Bergner. Back row here tonight, starting 17th, is going to be Racing Jason and Stephen Pugh. That's your 18-car field that have made their way here to the Phoenix International Raceway. There you see them out onto the speedway. We're getting geared up and ready to go. This time by the iRacing.com pace car will make the left-hand turn, and we're getting ready to go racing here tonight. Green flag is up in the air. 80 laps the distance here in round number 8. Jamie Leach with a great start over Darrell Clauter right now. Is Clauter going to go up the speedway? As that open up the door, here comes Millen now prancing down to the inside. Jamie Leach has the early lead advantage. He leaves them stacked up 2 by 2 behind him. Right on board with our Jordan Henn onboard camera there, facing back. As Jamie Leach will lead lap number 1 here tonight at Phoenix. Side by side, here's Peyton Johnson. This is the battle just outside the top 10. It's Peyton Johnson in the number 15 machine here tonight. Trying to work underneath Graco Berry. There's Jeff Bergner, 03 wide racing. DJ Mitzel stuck in the middle. Jordan Smith down low. It's going to cause a big checkup, stacked up through the field. Everybody's going to mind the P's and Q's, and they hit the brakes, and everybody is going to live to turn another corner at least. Down into the corner, it's still going to be, that's the green machine to the outside. Graco Berry to the outside of Cody Levitt right now, and they got the 61 of DJ Mitzel to the inside there, the 26 of Darrell Clauter. Clauter has fall back now. It looks like he has lost 6 positions, and also somebody that's lost 6 positions, as that's going to put him 3 wide, 3 green cars. Peyton Johnson to the inside, Graco Berry in the middle. Doug Neal was stuck and hung to the outside, and Peyton Johnson's going to get the wiggle wobbles off of turn number 4 tonight. So Doug Neal going to drop a couple more spots. That's 9 positions dropped for Doug Neal here tonight. Had one of the fastest times in our practice session. Fall back behind Jeff Bergner right up front of Racing Jason Dobbs. Up here inside the top 3, though, there's Ryan Johnson, your points championship leader. Here comes Randy Johnson in the white machine. Millen in the number 40 for the Keystone Motorsports team, the driver out of Pennsylvania. So Millen to the outside. He was running second. Johnson going to slide a little bit down into the corner. Millen's going to have to go to the high side. And now here comes the driver out of Plano, Texas, the number 5 of Jordan Smith. Remember, these are the brand new IROC machines this season. This is week number 2 with this new body style configuration. So Millen falling back to that 5th position. Jordan Smith took over the 4th. He's moved up 6 spots since the drop of the green flag. He started in 10th and now runs 4th. Jamie Leach says, y'all just keep on battling back there. I'm fine up where I'm at. He has opened up a 2-second gap over Ryan Johnson and Randy Johnson. There you see Johnson in the white machine. Everybody has pretty much found a home running single file right now onto the speedway. We have to go back here to these drivers, which is Peyton Johnson, who was side-by-side entering turn number 4. And then he fell back exiting 4. Jeff Bergner is also right there still. And look at Racing Jason. He's moved up from starting on the back row tonight. He is now running 12th. The woes continue for the driver of the Finesse Laser Designs, number 26 of Darrell Clauter. Has fallen back here. He started in 2nd, and it's all the way back to 12th here in the early goings. Darrell, one of those drivers that has always been able to take care of his machine. I don't know if they just missed a couple corners there, which put him behind. Back here, Stephen Pugh picking up the spot. He's going to get around the 04 of Danny Valenzuela. Russ Hancock also back there, the 2 in the pink drivers. Only drivers choosing the Toyota Supra front ends on their cars. Quincy Atkins picking up losing a spot here to Jeff Bergner. Quincy Atkins, a two-time winner this season here in the IROC series. It looks like Quincy's been into the wall. That's most likely going to be turn 4 damage on that number 75. Quincy was able to win the season opener at Michigan after starting 12th, the only race this season where we have had qualifying. And then he won last week at the Dover International Raceway. So Quincy Atkins is the only driver to be able to ever say that he won in the street stock badge as an IROC. One of the original super late model here in season number 5, and then as soon as the new car hit the platform last week, he was able to park this one in victory lane 2. So 3 wins in this season, or in the series, and 3 different cars. It's an accomplishment that not many people can say, winning 3 times in 3 different divisions. I guess we can call him sort of like what Morgan Shepherd was back in NASCAR back in the 80s. I just watched a documentary today on him. Didn't know he was actually such a good driver back in the 80s, being able to pick up 4 wins with 4 different teams. So I guess you can put Quincy Atkins kind of in one of those kind of stables as you see him really loose that time off turn 4. Looked like he was going to go up into the outside wall off turn 4, but then Dobbs crossed him over. Now here comes Atkins. He's going to try and cross old Dobbsy over out of the corner. Doug Neal right behind them. He's back into the picture here. This is the battle for currently sitting in the 12th position for Quincy Atkins. Nothing has changed up front. It's still Jamie Leach, Ryan Johnson, Jordan Smith, and Randy Johnson here on the completion of lap number 12. Biggest mover of the race is going to be the 21 of Jeff Bergner, picking up 6 spots as he runs in the 10th position, right behind the number 15 of Peyton Johnson. Our Racing with Heroes onboard camera with the number 21 of Jeff Bergner, the driver that raced sprint cars through his real-life racing career. Out west, hitting the short tracks. Came to the iRacing.com platform about 9 years ago, I believe his sheet says here. Millen looking to the inside here on Randy Johnson down the back straightaway. Johnson is on the outside in the all-white championship number 12. So Millen takes over P number 3 or P number 4 again here from Johnson. DJ Mitzel has actually started to close in on these 2 drivers along with Cody Levitt. If you're new to NASCAR, you would wonder, we're at Phoenix, but I see grass on the speedway. Well, that's because back in the 2000s, there was still grass here at Phoenix. You weren't able to cut the dog leg. You weren't able, oh, big moment there. Millen and Randy Johnson almost came together. But you weren't able to cut the dog leg on the back straightaway back then. And of course, you'd see a wall right there on the new updated Phoenix. It was different back in the 90s and the early 2000s here at Phoenix. Now here comes DJ Mitzel. He remembers the 2000s like they were yesterday. That's why when he was given the option for the nose on his super late model here as IROC, he chose the Grand Prix. Says back when Pontiac was in NASCAR, they built excitement. And of course, the original, well, I don't want to say the original, but the IROCs that we all remember from back in the, we'll call them the early 90s into the 2000s. Of course, they were Pontiac Trans Ams. You saw Millen there have to check up. He almost got into the back of DJ Mitzel down in 1 and 2 last time by there, and it caused the stack up. Cody Levitt had to back off the accelerator. There you see him in that purple, number 38. Greg O'Berry to the outside there on Jeff Bergner. Bergner looking to pick up another one. He just got around Peyton Johnson, and now he's looking for more. Dobbs is also closing in on this battle. Bergner going to miss the corner entry. That's going to allow Johnson to come close. And Johnson down on the apron, sideways Peyton Johnson. Here comes old Dobbs. He waited for the mistake, and now he's going to pounce to the inside here on Johnson. Dobbs had the inside line there, just was not able to hammer back into the throttle. That allowed Peyton Johnson to go ahead and scoot away for the time being. See if Dobbsy can work back upon that number 15. Doug Neal being teamed up this year with the number 15 of Peyton Johnson. There you see Neal back in 12th currently. Something happened to the number 31 of Donald Bennett. Looks like he's been into the outside wall with that number 31 for the Keystone Motorsports Group. Looks like he misses the corner down there in 3 and 4. No missing, though, for the 88 of Jamie Leach. Still up over a second over Ryan Johnson and Jordan Smith, because they are right there nose to tail currently. A Jordan Henn Racing onboard camera facing backwards, looking at Jordan Smith down the straightaway. Jordan Smith right on the back bumper of this number 3. Give it a little push there down the straightaways. Tiny Horse right now is your points championship leader, and he is a rookie. He holds a 25-point lead over Randy Johnson, who was last season's champion. Of course, Randy Johnson already has 2 wins to his name this season. Ryan Johnson does not have any wins, but has more top 5s. Has 6 top 5s to Randy Johnson's 3 top 5s and 1 more top 10 than what Randy Johnson has, which is why he is our points championship leader at this time. Calculations are right. We're probably halfway into a fuel run here tonight at Phoenix with the 80 laps scheduled. These are your closest drivers, as actually these two, they're staying nose to tail. As I say that, now here comes Smith lurking to the inside through that little dogleg kink. And now Smith is going to take that spot possibly as he works the inside of the speedway. Jamie Leach at one point had a 2-second race lead over these guys, and it was cut down to under a second last time by. Of course, he's going to get a little bit of that race lead back as they battle here for the second position. Smith to the inside, trying to yank that rookie's chain. Smith a little loose that time off turn 2. It looks like he's going to end up giving the spot back here to Ryan Johnson. So they'll go back to the running order that they were in. These 3 drivers are still together. Greg O'Berry back here running in the 9th position. Of course, he had one fast hot rod last night when we came here with the Salt Flat Cup Series for the season finale for the Simbox Cup Series presented by Salt Flat Racing. Of course, last night, Salt Flat Racing crowned a champion for the first ever Cup Series, and that went to Hunter Reynolds. Peyton Johnson thought about lurking to the outside there on Greg O'Berry. Didn't quite get it to stick. Was talking with Peyton Johnson before the race here tonight. He's excited. He'll be headed to Bristol here in a couple weeks to see the NASCAR trucks. I guess it's the Pinty's race is what they're actually calling it, from the last great Coliseum with the dirt on it. Of course, Todd Poston tuning in out here tonight via our YouTube feed. Todd, we miss you here tonight. Your teammate DJ Mitzel, there he is in the number 61. He started to pull back in Randy Johnson once again, a couple of laps now. He's been the faster of the 2. Millen back there running in that 6th spot right ahead of Cody Levitt still. Possibly about 12 to 14 laps yet away from our green flag pit cycle tonight. It's going to be a one-stop shop race here. Of course, these drivers tonight do only have one set of tires down in their pit stalls, so when they do come down, they're going to put a full tank of fuel in and put the 4 tires on because, well, If you only needed one pit stop to make it to the end, why not go down there and get the 4 Goodyear rubbers? Well, Todd, I know how that goes. The other year, my wife was admitted into the hospital for, I believe, we spent a little over a week as Millen gets into the outside wall. See how much damage is done to that number 40 of Josiah Millen. Looks like his body actually still looks pretty good. See if Millen can keep pace here now that he has run down DJ Mitzel. Well, Todd, we hope you are getting better because we know you had COVID not too long ago, now sick again, and can't wait to see you back out here. Of course, you can always catch Todd on Monday nights, too, over here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, racing with DJ Mitzel. There you see DJ still in our picture frame. DJ's worked his way up 4 spots after starting back into the 9th position at the drop of the green flag tonight. Tonight's starting lineup was set by your top 10 invert from the Dover race. And then everybody else was sprinkled in through the points championship standings. Oh, Randy Johnson up into the wall. Johnson parks the number 12 up against the outside wall coming out of turn number 4. He's going to lose 1, 2, 3, 4 spots, dropping him back to 7th. See if we can get our truck to pull that back. What happened to the 12? There you see Johnson, and oh, you just tried to get too much. Tried to get too much, went up into the wall, and looking at it, you can see the right front's a little bit crinkled. As he carries on his way. He finds a home between Cody Levitt that got around him. Here comes Jeff Bergner. Doesn't look like it knocked very much speed out of that number 12 for Randy Johnson. He's still all over the back end, hounding the 38. Pay to win setups, roof camera here tonight, Phoenix. Of course, all the setups are provided by Pay to Win Setups. If you're interested in a custom-built setup for yourself or any style of racing, head on over to Pay to Win Setups. They provide top split race-winning quality setups on a weekly basis, on a nightly basis. David Lamb and the whole crew over there, top-notch people. You did see the number 40 of Millen peeking back to the inside. As you see, as this tire run rolls on, DJ Mitzel has started to get slower and slower. And take a look at this. It's still the battle for second. Jordan Smith has fallen off the back of the number 3. As Jamie Leach has been able to hold serve, nobody's been able to touch Jamie Leach. He's still holding that 1 second deficit over the rest of, well, at least Ryan Johnson. Back to this gaggle, though. It's those 3 out front and then the rest of the field right here. See Johnson going to go up the speedway again. Danny Valenzuela was just down on pit road. Darrell Clotter coming to pit road now. So Valenzuela currently a lap down as Randy Johnson still stuck to that outside groove. That is just not the place to be here tonight. Cody Levitt going to slide up the track too. Will he be able to put the power back down and stay ahead of Bergner? It looks like he will. Randy Johnson, who was one time running in 3rd, is now back to 10th. Pass for this position as it looks like Tiny Horse. Something happened to the 3 of Johnson. This is what happened with Ryan Johnson. See him to the outside of the number 5 of Jordan Smith. Looks like he's been into the wall at least a time or two. Oh, he goes down into the corner. He gets sucked in by that wall, and Jordan Smith was able to put the nose underneath, and he got to run off. Race leader to pit road, Jamie Leach for the first time. Turns over the race lead to Jordan Smith. Jordan Smith now the race leader. And it looks like Smith will come down pit road here. Ryan Johnson going to stay out for at least another circuit. He'll pick up a point for leading this lap. And actually, there's a whole slew of drivers coming to pit lane. So it's Smith, Mitzel, Millen, Levitt, Johnson, Dobbs, Klauner, Hancock, all down on pit road. Now, Ryan Johnson comes down. He'll pull his number 3 onto pit road, and that'll turn things over. 21 of Jeff Bergner will assume the race lead here just at the halfway point home. 40 laps in, 40 laps to go. Two drivers have yet to come to pit road. There you see the 21 and the 56 of Stephen Pugh. So Pugh's going to have to come to pit road yet. He's going to be able to stretch it farther than anybody else on fuel. So if a late race yellow were to come out, he might still be sitting in the catbird seat. Here comes Pugh now. He'll come to pit road. Jeff Bergner going to continue to stay out. And it looks like there's one other driver that's stayed out so far. It's the 31 of Donald Bennett. He's going to play that long run strategy game. Maybe he doesn't have the pure speed here tonight. Bennett started just outside the top 10. Looks like when we take a look at where everybody is running after this, it might be Jordan Smith taking the race lead, as he had a 3-second faster pit stop than Jamie Leach, so that's what gave him the lead by about 2.5 seconds currently. See if Leach, who dominated the first half of this race, is able to go up there and get that race lead back as Bergner and Bennett both come down to pit road. Not sure if these drivers are shifting here tonight. Let's ride on board for a lap with Jamie Leach. Well, I guess that lap just told us what we needed to know. It does not give you, or it is not a shifting track as of right now, with the fresh tires anyway. So after the green flag pit cycle, this is how they cycle out inside your top 5. Right now it is Jordan Smith taking over the race lead after the halfway point and the green flag pit cycles. He now leads over your second place runner, who is Jamie Leach. Leach, of course, was your race leader. He started up front here tonight and led every lap until he decided to come to pit road. So Jamie Leach now running 2.5 seconds back, running in second. Third tonight is the driver of the number 3. This is Ryan Johnson. He's sitting just a little over 6 seconds back off the race leader. Doug Neal back up inside the top 5 here tonight. He started fourth, running fourth once again. The driver out of Georgia, the Simbox owner-operator. So Doug Neal running fourth. Fifth is Cody Levitt, currently the driver out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Cody Levitt running now fifth. He has got around a couple of his other competitors here. DJ Mitzel, of course, right there, and Dobbs and O'Berry. Peyton Johnson and Josiah Millen rounding out the top 10 right now. Millen at a dismal pit stop as he was very slow coming down pit road. Lost a ton of ground. When he came in, he was running 6th. Now back here running in the 10th spot. Randy Johnson also right there, the number 12. He's now outside the top 10 for the first time here tonight. He, of course, did put tires on his car. One driver that might be close on fuel, I'm being told, and it's something we're going to have to look at going forward here tonight. It's the driver of the number 77 of Doug Neal. Just heard the radio, and they're looking like they are just about a lap short on fuel here tonight. So we're going to have to keep an eye on the driver out of the Skid Marks Motorsports team, the Simbox 77 entry. Maybe Doug Neal was playing with that Simbox just a little bit and hit the wrong switch on it, which is very easy to do. We do it here in the studio all the time. If you caught the episode of Muth Hits the Wrong Button a couple weeks ago, you got to see my legs. Greg O'Berry back here, though, trying to make a move inside the top 10. He's trying to get around the driver out of Crossville, Tennessee. That is Racing Jason to the outside, the fan favorite out of Tennessee. He's going to lose that spot to Greg O'Berry, and if he doesn't get down, he's going to lose another spot as he's going to slice right in front of the number 15 of Peyton Johnson, causing Johnson to actually pack some air on the nose of that super late model, and it's going to push him up the speedway. So Peyton Johnson has to settle for the 9th position. Dobbs goes back one spot to running 8th. Greg O'Berry gained a spot here on lap number 49. Now he's closed in on one of those rookie sensations this season. Driver of the number 61. DJ Mitzel came in running 5th in the championship standing, 70 points out of the championship leader. And, well, yes, if we're counting the rookie points this season, which I believe we are, off just pure points, he's also 70 points out of that rookie championship hunt. So DJ Mitzel in that red number 61 qualified into the IROC series from running a super speedway series that is over here on the Turn 3 Racing Network on a Monday night or a Sunday night. So one of the better super speedway per se skilled drivers here in the field. Of course, right ahead of DJ Mitzel is the complete opposite of a super speedway driver. That is Cody Levitt, who is a road course ringer. Of course, winning the championship on the 4's-to-6 platform on Xbox before making his transition here into iRacing. He also has won a NASCAR Gander Outdoor Truck Series championship here on iRacing a couple seasons back. I believe it was about 2 years ago, by just 1 point and literally an inch. Derek Lauder has come to pit road on the number 26 machine. This is an unscheduled stop for the driver out of Auburndale, Florida. He's already been to pit road, and now he's coming back down pit road, so this is the second time that he has hit pit road tonight. Also looks like Danny Valenzuela is going to come to pit road, and this will be the second time that Valenzuela has had to come down. Looks like Quincy Atkins, unfortunately, had a pit road penalty when he came down. So he is off the pace by 4 laps to the race leaders. As the 33 of Greg O'Berry, the Mean Green Machine here tonight, going to pick up another one. He'll go P number 6 now as he just got around DJ Mitzel. Now see if O'Berry, one of the longtime racers here with the Salt Flat Racing Series, can go and get that wily veteran 38 of Cody Levitt. Peyton Johnson also just got around Racing Jason. And Peyton Johnson picks up the 8th spot. Dobbs back to running now 9th. Dobbs gonna throw it into turn 3, and boy, really overshoots his entry. That's gonna hurt him on corner exit. See if he can try and get some speed down the straightaway. His number 98 came out the gate here tonight, and it did start on the back row, not virtual of anything that Dobbs did himself. That's just, unfortunately, the cards where it kind of fell for him last week at the end of the race at Dover. As remember, the starting lineup here on Wednesday nights is set by point standings and last week's finishing position. There you see the 31 of Donald Bennett. He is down a lap to the race leader. He's running back into the 15th position. So he's just rolling around the inside of the speedway. Doesn't want to get in anybody's way. Here comes his teammate Josiah Millen, both drivers out of the Kutztown, Pennsylvania area. So Millen at work to the outside, right behind Bennett. That is going to be The 04 of Danny Valenzuela right now. There you see the number 12 of Randy Johnson also. Valenzuela was just to pit road and put on his 4 fresh tires tonight, along with Derek Lauder. Both of them are off sequence with the race leader. Valenzuela is 2 laps down with Derek Lauder, so that is a battle for position currently here on the timing and scoring tower that you see on the left-hand side of your screen tonight. Valenzuela qualifying in for the IROC series by winning the Rallycross division here on iRacing. I believe he said it was the rookie class, but nonetheless, a qualification passed with the officials here. You see Bennett blow up through the corner in turn number 3, so he'll rock the top side of the speedway here now as those fresher tires with Valenzuela and Plauder work the inside of the speedway. 18 drivers took the green flag here tonight. 18 drivers still out onto the speedway, as this is your race leader of Jordan Smith. The youngster tonight has taken the race lead after those green flag pit stops, and he has now pulled away to a 3-second lead as he comes across the timing and scoring stripe. It'll be 21 laps to go. That's older than the driver behind the wheel of that number 5 here tonight. And you talk about drivers that have had good seasons. Well, the other season, Jordan Smith, of course, picking up the most wins in a rookie campaign, but not winning a championship. This season, Jordan Smith, well, he's parked it in victory lane once already this season. That was back when we were at the Kansas Oval, or Kansas Speedway, I should say, at the Oval configuration, as there is a road course to it. Was able to lead one lap there. Actually, his win was back at Las Vegas. We can read the right stat book here. So there's Jamie Leach. That's the deficit there. You see the blue car going into 3. That was Jordan Smith. This is Jamie Leach in the purple machine. Won the Season 3 championship with the Salt Flat IROC Racing Series. Oh, Bergner going to go up into the wall right ahead of Jamie Leach. Bergner holds it up into the outside wall as Leach was able to get around. Could have been a big moment there for Jamie Leach if Bergner would have came back down the speedway, but he was able to corral it, hang on to it. Looks like Bergner's going to bring the number 21 to pit road here. There goes Russ Hancock. That will pick up Hancock a position. Our hat goes off to Hancock. He's down there in Chesterfield, Virginia. Races for the 2 in the pink team, but, you know, there's always that one saying, race fans, that not all heroes wear capes. Well, I believe in our police, our fire, and our EMS crews always being some of those heroes that don't have to wear capes. Of course, Russ Hancock, a firefighter down there in Chesterfield, Virginia, so our hats are off to him as, well, once again, not all heroes wear capes as he races with Heroes, one of our sponsors here this season with the Salt Flat IROC Series. And, of course, Hancock has not one of the coolest jobs, but his secondary job, BMX riding all around the country. Him and his son compete in competitions. They were just down in Florida the other month. They were also down at, well, a lot of you race fans would know it as where the Chili Bowl is held, down in Oklahoma, down there in Tulsa. Well, that same configuration right where they race, where Kyle Larson has picked up back-to-back wins in the Midget Series. Oh, as Hancock's going to hit the wall. That'll buff out. But Hancock was able to race BMX bikes down there. So that was pretty cool, watching those live videos of him and his son while they were down there competing, as he'll, looks like possibly has a tire down there. Goes to the number 3 of Ryan Johnson. It's not a battle for position as Johnson, your points championship leader, is sitting in 3rd right now with just 16 laps to go. Russ Hancock is being scored 13th. There's Doug Neal. Fastest car on the track last time by was your guy running in 3rd position, the number 3 of Tiny Horse Johnson. And race fans, if you're tuning in here tonight wondering what Tiny Horse Johnson is, well, join the crowd, because I've asked numerous times, because I see the nickname on the entry sheet, and I don't even know what it means. I'll let you all speculate about that. There's only one driver off the track currently here tonight at Phoenex, and that is the number 21 of Jeff Bergner. Remember, he did get into the outside wall. right ahead of the number 88 of Jamie Leach, and then he has decided to pull it down the pit road. Not sure if there's something broken or wrong on that sim rig. Watch the battle here between the two veterans of the series. There's Cody Levitt running in the 5th position with Greg O'Berry in 6th. DJ Mitzel has fallen off about almost a second back off these drivers. So Jordan Smith still continuing to lead this race here tonight. 13 to go for the youngster out of Texas. It'll be 12 to go this time by. 12 laps to go and no tires left down on pit road as we've been green flag racing all evening long here. Of course, you see it. We're racing in the daytime. Of course, these drivers always say they like to have a challenge. Well, there's only one way to get a challenge, and that's to race in the daytime. The nighttime always cools the track temperature, allows the track to have a little bit more sticky bite. Well, not here in Phoenix today as the sun is bright and high above the track. As you see these two still duking it out here, Cody Levitt and Greg O'Berry. You couldn't have stuck a tire between them. They just worked around the lap car of Russ Hancock. He's down on power after getting into the outside wall. As, oh, here comes DJ Mitzel and Peyton Johnson. They were undecisive of where they wanted to get around the number 19 of Hancock. As here comes the 75 of Quincy Atkins. Atkins, remember, not involved in the battle there. He is 4 laps down on the timing and scoring sheet. 10 laps to go for Jordan Smith. He'll enter turn 3, and when he comes back, it'll be 9 laps to go here tonight in Phoenix. Stephen Pugh coming across the line. He'll take that 10 to go marker. The street stock champion down there in Texas. Running the real world side of things with the street stock division in Texas. Numerous state titles down in Texas also to his name. Comes here to iRacing. He's been trying to transition to the virtual side of things. He says, you know what the greatest thing about iRacing is? I can wad the car up, I can hit reset, it doesn't hurt, and it doesn't hurt my pocketbook. We all know iRacing can hurt the pocketbook, as we've all jumped headfirst into the deep end of that pool. But he is correct, you can wad the car up and it doesn't hurt the pocketbook. Jordan Smith has started to back up his speed a little bit going into the corners, I've noticed. He is a little bit slower, about, 0.3 of a second last time by, slower than Jamie Leach. Leach has now put it under a 2-second deficit. There you see the 88. Right on board, they're racing with Heroes onboard camera for Jamie Leach. See Jordan Smith out there ahead of him. Of course, these two drivers having a technical alliance over the last couple of seasons here with Salt Flat Racing. They've been racing together on iRacing for 3 seasons total, from everything from Xfinity cars to trucks to late models to the Arca Menards machines. So they're pretty well off knowing each other and how they're going to race each other. There you see the race lead. It's actually chewed down about another 0.2 of a second. This time, Jordan Smith gonna get the hi, how are ya? 5 to go marker. 5 laps to go. 5 more miles of racing here in the desert of Phoenix. Racing Jason Dobbs just got around the number 40 of Josiah Millen, bumping Millen back to P number 10. As it looks like Millen may have ran the good off the tires of that number 40 tonight. 5 laps to go. Of course, there's Valenzuela. He got off pace with the race leaders here tonight. Caution! Caution on the speedway. Peyton Johnson has gone around. Peyton Johnson around. Looks like Quincy Atkins also involved, and wow, literally, race fans take the monkey wrench and throw it in the bin because that one just got jumbled up. And let's take the look back. What happened with Quincy Atkins and Peyton Johnson? Oh, Johnson. Something happened with Peyton Johnson. We're going to have to see if we can get our truck to rewind that back just a little bit farther. Something happened on the back straightaway with Peyton Johnson. Oh, he got on the rumble strip, upset the car. Went to lock it up. Well, Quincy Atkins was full head of steam coming. Watch this a little closer. There you see Peyton Johnson come through here on with 5 laps to go. It looked really easy coming through that time. Next time by, something happens to the 15. You don't see any indications of a tire going down as he entered turn number 1. Off of turn 2, everything looked good there. Just all right there. Judged it, misjudged it. And hard into the grass with hard contact with Quincy Atkins. Got it pointed back into the right direction, but talk about a heartbreaker night, as Johnson had a very fast hot rod. So that'll shake things up here, as now if you take a look at the left-hand side of your timing and scoring, yes, it's still Jordan Smith. It's still Greg O'Berry. Oh, boy. Did we miss something? Couple drivers coming to pit road. Ryan Johnson, Doug Neal, Jamie Leach all came to pit road. Jordan Smith, Greg O'Berry, Cody Levitt, DJ Mitzel, Racing Jason, along with Mr. Mash and Millen, stayed out. Interesting strategy play here by a couple of these drivers. We had told you earlier that we didn't know if Doug Neal was going to be able to make it on fuel. Once the caution was thrown, they knew at that point that they were in trouble and they weren't going to be able to make it on fuel. So they came to pit road, they took a splash of gas, and now they're back out there. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out the rest of this race for those drivers. Now, the question being, does Jordan Smith and Cody Levitt, along with DJ Mitzel, do they have enough fuel here tonight to go the rest of the way? We're going to find out. It'll be the green-white checker attempt number 1 here at Phoenix. It's only a mile in distance track, but boy, does it race like nothing else on the circuit this season. Doesn't race like Mid-Ohio, Dover, Milwaukee, Las Vegas, Auto Club, Michigan, or anything. Phoenix is its own style of track. iRacing.com pace car down and in. Green flag up and wheel spin for Greg O'Berry. He's going to go up into the wall. Wheel spin for DJ Mitzel. Millen's going to get stacked up. Doug Neal with major wheel spin too. Everybody stacking them up here. We stay green, but boy, the big stack up, and now they're side by side back here for 5th on back. 5th on back as Jordan Smith says, thanks for the wheel spin, boys. Greg O'Berry second. Here comes Cody Levitt. He'll work to the inside of Racing Jason. Off of turn number 4 they come. DJ Mitzel still side by side with Millen as Jordan Smith picks up the white flag. This one will finish next time by. Here comes Jamie Leach. He's going to sail it in high, wide, and handsome, trying to pick up some spots. He'll work the outside of the speedway. As they work down the back straightaway, though, nobody is going to catch Jordan Smith. Out for a Wednesday night cruise. Jordan Smith will come across the line here as he exits turn number 4, picking up his 2nd win in the Salt Flat IROC Series this season. Jordan Smith going to victory lane with Greg O'Berry, Cody Levitt in tow for your top three. Racing Jason, look at him have a great rebound here. It looked like a dismal day for Dobbs, and he's going to actually come home plus 13 positions, finishing in the 4th spot. DJ Mitzel there in 5th, Josiah Millen in 6th, Stephen Pugh in 7th, Tiny Horse, Ryan Johnson in 8th, Jamie Leach in 9th. What a disappointing night for Jamie Leach. Looked like he had probably one of the best cars of the night, and he'll finish way back in 9th position. 10th then for Randy Johnson, Doug Neal back in 11th, with Peyton Johnson back into the 12th position, Russ Hancock in 13th, Donald Bennett in 14th, Danny Valenzuela back in 15th position, Darryl Clauder in 16th, Quincy Atkins and Jeff Bergner rounding out our field here tonight. So Jordan Smith going to go ahead and he's going to burn them down for your race fans. There's your winner, the driver out of Plano, Texas, picking up his 2nd win of the season. He'll celebrate tonight as then he'll tap the wall for good measure. So as he celebrates, he'll join the other 3 here sitting at the start-finish line, and we're going to head to our post-race show. Of course, the post-race show here this season brought to us by Ray's Energy Drink.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was always fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos or danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all will be kept in the pits. Not to mention that with members in over 130 countries already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series and work your way up to one of 7 world championships, offering over $500,000 in prize money. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Welcome back here, race fans. The Phoenix International Raceway here in Phoenix, Arizona, host to round number 8 for the Salt Flat IROC series. As they have completed the race tonight, they may have needed a little bit of extra innings to get there, but we officially have your top 3 finishers standing by here tonight. Let's kick things off with the man who finishes P number 1 here, the driver out of Plano, Texas, and it is Jordan Smith. Jordan, you pick up your 2nd win of the season. Last year, you set the world on fire. This year, you're picking up right where you left off. But tell us about tonight's race here at this very worn-out track.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, but really difficult. Of course, now we have to learn a new car on an old track, which was very interesting. Really tight corners. Turns 3 and 4 is really fun, but if you didn't hit the line right, you'd probably get loose and smack the wall. And turn 1 and 2, if you got in the throttle too quickly, you'd get tight and smack the wall. So it's really a balancing act of and when you're gonna go hard and when you're gonna save.
Early in the race, you had a very hard battle back there with the number 3 of Ryan Johnson. How hard is it to deal with the worn-out track surface, a brand-new car, and then trying to get around somebody inside the top 3?
It was very difficult. I got to give Ryan a lot of props for racing me cleanly. I really appreciate it. But it was hard. I know you watched probably like 20 laps. I sat there behind him trying to figure out how to get around him and just waiting for him to mess up. And he's really good and rarely messes up. So it's just making sure you hit your marks and just wait for the person in front of you to make a mistake.
Well, you didn't make any mistakes here tonight, Jordan. You even stayed out of the, we'll call it the pit road wall tonight. We know you've had some problems with that. We always joke with you about it. But tonight, you pick up your 2nd win. who made it all possible here tonight, dancing in the desert.
Well, definitely didn't want to add Phoenix to the list of tracks where I've hit the barrels on the pit road entry, but I got to really thank Cody, Jamie, Joe, and Donald. They helped me out so much with strategy, figuring out how much fuel we need. Almost ran out coming to the checker flag, so really without them, I wouldn't be able to win.
There you hear it from the driver tonight out of Plano, Texas. Drives the number 5 in his second year in competition here with the Salt Flat IROC Series. That is Jordan Smith. He will win here in Phoenix. Congratulations to him and his whole crew. Coming home in the second position, though, tonight, he drives the number 33. It's the mean green driver of Greg O'Berry. Greg, a solid run. You complained in practice, said this track was not up to snuff. We shouldn't have raced here. What clicked at the end of this one to come home second?
It just took some practice laps to kind of figure it out. After we ran the Cup car here last night, it's just a completely different animal from the two tracks. But got to figure it out, and just a game of, like what Jordan was saying, being patient. Wait for the guy ahead of you to slip up a little bit and pick them off one by one.
With 10 laps to go, it seemed like you were going to have yourself possibly just a car that was good enough for a top 10, and then the caution flag came out with under 5 laps to go. Were you worried that you were going to run out of fuel at any point here tonight? Was pitting even an option as you were getting ready to go to overtime?
I was good on fuel. I was still another, I think, lap and a half or 2 laps to the good, even after overtime. So I was really wanting to see it stay green because I knew the other guys ahead of me had stopped a lap earlier or 2 laps earlier, whatever it was before me. So I thought I had a good chance of outlasting them to the finish. But hey, caution came out. Still got lucky. I goofed up that restart a little bit, but got lucky to come out in second place. So I'll take it.
So tonight's points for finishing in second will propel you up through the standings. It's been a very dismal year for you. Of course, you had to miss 1 race and only having 2 top 10 finishes this season. Now this being the 3rd one, it's really going to help points. Can you build on that? Because we're in the final stretches of the season. We go to Iowa, Homestead, Chicagoland, and Pocono. Only 4 races left on the schedule.
Yeah, I'm not really paying attention to points. I'm out here just trying to have fun, have clean races, and make the best of an opportunity when it comes around. Like you said, I've had a few pretty bad races and been on the hook quite a bit this season. So keep it clean and just have fun the rest of the way.
Well, before we let you go, who made it all possible here tonight?
Yeah, just all the guys with Salt Flat with the IROC series. Danny does a great job running this thing. You guys at Turn 3 putting on a good broadcast. We really enjoy it.
There you heard it from the driver of the 33 tonight. Greg O'Berry will have himself one solid run as he will finish on the podium, finishing in the second position. And now it's time for the most interesting driver here, they tell me. Cody, a 3rd place finish. You ran inside the top 10 all night long. You had a strong 38 car. Did you have anything left, though, to go after Greg O'Berry or Jordan here at the end?
I think if I didn't try to mow the lawn with 2 to go, I might have had something for Greg, but nothing for Jordan at all.
Sir, do you know how to mow the lawn? You're from Las Vegas.
We have some grass here. Yeah, I know how.
Well, you're not wrong. I did come out to Las Vegas, and there is some fake grass all around that area. But tonight, this car, was it up to the handling standards that you would like to drive? We know you like your cars a certain way.
It was okay. It was really hard to drive. I was actually dipping into 3rd gear in turns 1 and 2 just to see if it would give me a little bit more speed coming out, and it seemed to work, but you couldn't get it to rotate any other way. It was just kind of hard to drive, yeah.
So a very hard car to drive. Was it harder to drive this new version of the Super Late model last week at Dover at that very hard concrete surface with miles, or here in the desert at the worn-out asphalt circuit at Phoenix?
I'm going to have to say Dover just because I didn't finish well there, but that was just due to bad circumstances. Actually, this track is just rough on everything. Like, even the tires were gone after 3 laps. So I don't know, man. This track is crazy.
Well, with this track being crazy and you finishing on the podium, how do you think next week when we go to the Iowa Speedway, it's in the middle of a cornfield instead of the desert?
We'll see. I don't know if I like that track, so we'll find out next week.
Well, Cody, before we let you go, who made it all possible with the Deeper Darker Dew 38?
Just want to thank all my teammates. Want to thank Jamie especially. He had a good run going. Kind of ran out of fuel near the end. He had to come in pit. Want to thank Jordan. Want to thank Joe and Donald. Got to thank you, of course, for broadcasting us. You do a great job. Thank Danny for putting this league on. We had a really good race today. Like, this was just one caution and nothing crazy happening. So a big change from last week.
There you hear from the driver out of Las Vegas. It's Cody Levitt, the bearded wonder, will dance on the podium with his buddy of Jordan Smith and Greg O'Berry. They had themselves one heck of a race here tonight, and see if they can carry the momentum from this podium on in to the Iowa cornfields. That'll be coming up next week. Congratulations, though, to all three of our podium finishers. Of course, there is your race winner, Jordan Smith, on screen, and as we see him on screen, let's see if we can pull up the results here tonight. Take a quick gander at our results, brought to us by Pay to Win Setups, and see where your favorite driver finished. 18 drivers did take the green flag here tonight. 17 drivers were able to finish this one, as Jeff Bergner had some steering issues on the 21, which put him behind the wall for the last 21 laps of this event. So it was a good one here at Phoenix in the desert. Temperatures into the triple digits. Next week, though, we're going to cool it off as we're going to go into the shade of the cornfield at Iowa before we head down to Homestead Miami Speedway. Then we go to Chicagoland, and we'll round the season out as we always do with the IROC series at the Pocono International Raceway on April the 14th. So the season is coming to an end. Just 4 races left, and Ryan Johnson will leave the Phoenix International Raceway still as your points championship leader. But we got to thank all you race fans for tuning in here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network to watch the Salt Flat IROC series. This was round number 8 here at Phoenix. We appreciate you tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show, and we will catch you next week at Iowa.